Okay, just want to check in with you about the term paper and the term project. So, on your term paper and project, FYI, of course, as the semester has moved on, we've added different resources here just to help you. I can't stress enough that, if you want to do the best on this that you can, that you need to access these resources. And the ones that I've added recently are the sample term paper and then the sample term project. So, I wanted to show you really quickly what that looks like. um, so the term paper in basically you're taking your lit review and your interviews and you're putting them together in one paper, but it's going to be like on you to see what works and to make them flow. Also, just because you've already done one lit review draft doesn't mean that you should think you're done. I mean, you need to be working on it, making it the best that it can be. So, this, I already gave you the literature review draft and the interviews draft sample. And so you'll notice that some of the information that was originally in the introduction of the lit review got moved up here because it just made more sense. And so, but that's what you're striving for it to make sense, for it to flow. So in the introduction of the whole term paper, you're setting up the topic of conversation. And then you get into the actual lit review, okay? Then you finish that, and then you add the interviews part. Once you wrap up the lit review, remember this is a really lengthy one. Your total paper only has to be 5 pages long. I apologize for that. Oh, I got carried away, didn't I? Let's find that. Goodness. Okay, so then the interviews start here. You can miss it if you're not careful. And you put in that essay, and then you'll come and you'll conclude. And so this is wrapping up the conversation, okay? Just a simple paragraph here to wrap it up. And then you need a works cited that includes all lit and your interviews. Okay, so this is the term paper draft. This should be your goal. Again, you need 5 pages of essay. This one has 8, so yours won't be as lengthy as this, but this is a good example of what this can look like when it's all said and done. Make sure you have all your works cited available and that they are in MLA. Okay, and so then you take the information in your paper and you look for the high points and you create a PowerPoint from that. And again, no, I'm not going to require you to record a video or anything. Just complete the PowerPoint. Take the high points. Now, I don't know if some of you are not really familiar with creating PowerPoints. Remember that a basic PowerPoint, let's just look at what this starts out as. You can just start with a blank presentation, and so it will give you the title slide first, and then my go-to is just to do a new slide, and I just use these slides, and you can play around with them, and you can borrow pictures from online and play around with fonts. This is where you have the opportunity to get creative. Once you have your information in, this is how I do it. You can then go select a design, okay, and that's where all the pretty stuff comes. Now, you'll probably have, once you pick your design, you might have to go back and edit some because it might move things around. But it's pretty easy to get all your information into these blank slides and then create the unique design. So back to this one. Just if you'll take the term paper, that the sample term paper, and then compare it to this PowerPoint presentation, you can see how it all goes together. So that paper is exploring growth mindset. So is the PowerPoint. Just find some pictures that go, and then just sort of the setting it up. Now this is a little different from the paper, maybe. Pretend like you're presenting it to an audience, and you need to get the information out really quickly and succinctly. Okay, and so just some of the key points about Dweck and about what we're dealing with here, mindset, and then some just bullets about what it is. Fixed mindset, some bullets. The 2 tied in concepts of agency and self-efficacy, and then the section on how it can be developed. So this is still coming from the lit review here, and then kind of transitioning, moving into the classroom. So you need to make some sort of transition. Why did you interview these people? Okay, and so just dropping in a slide, at least one slide per interviewee. Try not to overload it with text. You don't want it to be, too much that your reader wouldn't look at it. Okay, so covering the 3 interviewees for that paper, and then coming back and having a concluding slide. And then, of course, you want to just also transfer your works cited to a slide or two so that you cover yourself. For this project, I'm not requiring works cited for the pictures unless they are coming from, like this one came from TED.com. Most of these pictures are like from the stock that you can find on Google. In some of your classes, you're going to be asked to cite your visuals, and that is certainly something that you should get in the habit of doing. We're just sharing this among ourselves in this class, so that I'm not going to require that this time, as long as they are like really easily accessible and basically free to use. Okay, so with their free clip art or whatever. Okay, so I hope this just helps you kind of visualize what we're doing here with this. I'm really excited about looking at your papers. I think that a lot of you are on the right track and doing some really good work, some meaningful work. I hope that you've learned something about resilience, in addition to learning some reading and writing concepts. Okay, so this week you finishing up the interviews, peer review, and then this whole term paper draft is due this week. And then you'll conduct peer review on that, and then the actual term paper, clean it up. So this is where you really show your growth and how how far you've come this semester. Project's not due till after Thanksgiving, so you'll have some time to work on that. And then, of course, as we look ahead to the finals week, you'll be taking that basic writing post test on your own time by Thursday and discussing the term projects. Okay, I hope that this helps. Thanks.